Isaac Newton was an English mathematician, physicist, and astronomer, who is widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists in history. He made groundbreaking contributions to various fields of science, including mechanics, optics, and mathematics. Newton formulated the laws of motion and universal gravitation, which revolutionized our understanding of how objects move and interact with each other. His work laid the foundation for classical mechanics, and provided the framework for explaining the motion of celestial bodies in the universe. He is often regarded as one of the greatest scientists of all time. Here are some of his famous quotes. "What we know is a drop, what we don't know is an ocean." In plain English, this quote means that our current knowledge, no matter how vast it may seem, is only a tiny fraction compared to what remains unknown. It highlights the vastness and depth of human ignorance, in comparison to the limited extent of our understanding. Essentially, it emphasizes the humility and recognition that there is always more to learn and discover beyond what we currently know. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. In simple terms, this quote advises living life with excitement, passion, and enthusiasm, rather than constantly feeling the need to justify or explain oneself to others. It suggests that it's more fulfilling to live boldly and authentically, letting your actions and achievements speak for themselves, rather than worrying about what others may think or constantly explaining your choices and decisions. Essentially, it's about embracing confidence and individuality. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity, and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. This quote means that truth is often found in simplicity, rather than complexity or confusion. It suggests that the most genuine and accurate understanding of something can often be found in straightforward, uncomplicated explanations, rather than in convoluted or intricate ones. Essentially, it advocates for seeking clarity and simplicity when trying to uncover the truth in any situation, rather than getting lost in complexity and confusion. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. In simple terms, this quote refers to the limitations of scientific understanding. Newton's law of gravity explains how planets move in their orbits around the sun. However, it doesn't address the ultimate origin or cause of these motions. It suggests that while science can provide explanations for observable phenomena, it may not provide answers to deeper philosophical or existential questions about the origins of the universe, or the forces that set things in motion. Essentially, it highlights the boundary between scientific knowledge and metaphysical questions about the nature of existence. No great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. This quote means that significant breakthroughs and discoveries in science, or any field, usually require taking a courageous leap of imagination or making a daring hypothesis. It suggests that groundbreaking advancements often stem from bold and creative speculation, rather than simply following established knowledge or conventional thinking. Essentially, it emphasizes the importance of taking risks and thinking outside the box in the pursuit of new knowledge and understanding. All knowledge and understanding of the universe was no more than playing with stones and shells on the seashore of the vast imponderable ocean of truth. This quote means that compared to the immense truth and complexity of the universe, all human knowledge and understanding are insignificant and limited, akin to playing with small objects, like stones and shells on the vast shore of an ocean. It emphasizes the idea that there is so much more to learn and comprehend about the universe, and our current understanding is only a tiny fraction of the whole truth. Essentially, it underscores the vastness and profundity of the mysteries that remain beyond human comprehension. Genius is patience. This phrase means that achieving exceptional or remarkable accomplishments often requires patience. It implies that true brilliance doesn't come instantly. It takes time, dedication, and persistence. In simpler terms, it suggests that to achieve greatness in any field, one must be willing to work steadily and patiently towards their goals, rather than expecting instant success. To every action there is always opposed and equal reaction. This quote is one of the fundamental principles of classical physics, known as Newton's third law of motion. In plain English, this quote means that whenever one object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts an equal force in the opposite direction. In simpler terms, it suggests that for every action, there is a corresponding reaction of equal magnitude but in the opposite direction. This principle is essential in understanding the mechanics of motion and the behavior of objects interacting with each other in the physical world. My powers are ordinary. Only my application brings me success. This quote means that Newton considered his abilities or talents to be ordinary, or not particularly extraordinary. Instead, he attributes his success to his diligent application or hard work. Essentially, it emphasizes the importance of dedication, persistence, and effort in achieving success, suggesting that it's not just innate talent, but also consistent and focused work that leads to accomplishments. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. This quote means that while Newton had great admiration and respect for the philosophers Plato and Aristotle, he valued truth above all else. It suggests that he prioritized seeking and understanding the truth over any personal allegiances or affiliations. Essentially, it emphasizes Newton's commitment to pursuing knowledge and understanding based on empirical evidence and objective truth, rather than relying solely on the teachings or philosophies of others. Errors are not in the art but in the artificers. In plain English, this quote means that mistakes or faults are not inherent in the work itself, the art, but rather they arise from the people who create or produce it, the artificers. Essentially, it suggests that errors occur due to human imperfection, rather than flaws in the underlying principles or techniques. This quote underscores the idea that the quality of work is determined by the skill and diligence of the individuals involved in its creation. The proper method for inquiring after the properties of things is to deduce them from experiments. In simple terms, this quote means that the best way to understand the characteristics or qualities of things is to derive them from experiments. It emphasizes the importance of empirical investigation and observation in scientific inquiry, instead of relying solely on speculation or theoretical reasoning. Newton advocates for using experiments to gather evidence and draw conclusions about the properties of objects or phenomena. Essentially, it underscores the scientific method of hypothesis testing and empirical validation as the most reliable approach to gaining knowledge about the world. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. This quote means that while Newton was able to make precise calculations about the movements of celestial objects in space, he found it much more challenging to understand or predict the irrational behavior of human beings. Essentially, it highlights the complexity of human psychology and behavior, contrasting it with the relative predictability of physical phenomena, such as planetary motion. This quote underscores the idea that, while scientific principles can explain natural phenomena, Human behavior often defies straightforward explanation or prediction. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends.